The Game Awards are coming up quickly as we're now arriving to November very shortly, and Geoff Keighley and his team has a lot of work ahead. I'm pretty sure the nominees will be coming out mid-November, so I wanted to get ahead and see what do you think, which one of these games do you think would be nominated for Game of the Year? Luckily, I don't have to do this job because 2023 has been absolutely outstanding. I'm sure many of you will hear some games that I'm going to list here. And you're going to be like, wait, that game came out this year? Believe it or not, yes, it has. And we're going to see which games will be on the Game of the Year list. If your game is not mentioned, let me know in the comments below. Of course, and leave that like and subscribe to your boy. Help him out here, all right? Now, let's talk about the top big hitters here. These next two games, they are top of the Metacritic list of Game of the Year so far. Keep in mind, this is coming out when like Alan Wake and Modern Warfare 3 hasn't even come out yet. So there's potential chances that something could change as well. But first up, we're going to be talking about Baldur's Gate 3, developed by Larian Studios. This RPG gem has earned a remarkable 96 on Metacritic. It is packed with deep storytelling, jaw-dropping graphics, open-ending gameplay, robust RPG elements. It's already it's well received since its early access days, and many people have clocked like over 200 hours, and they're still finding reasons to go back to play this game. It's one of the games that I hear up to now where people will find a reason to go back to it, and a lot of my influencer friends, people in the media, I always hear them going back like, I'm gonna go and try this in Baldur's Gate 3 and everything. So Baldur's Gate 3 has a really good chance for being Game of the Year. But we can't forget about this next hitter, Nintendo's very own poster boy. Well, at least one of the poster boys. And that's right, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which comes in also with a 96 on Metacritic. It builds a foundation of it's building on what Breath of the Wild has started, and basically just builds a lot more on top of that. The game allows you to basically do whatever you want, honestly. Like, if you want to create a spaceship, you can create a spaceship. If you want to build a bridge across somewhere, you can do whatever you want. I guess I don't think many people say this, but it's kind of like the Minecraft of Zelda. Like, you just it's your imagination, you do it, tackle it how you want to do. And don't forget, while you're busy making so many different things, you had to save the princess. All right, like you still have a job to do. All right, but everything has been enhanced. The story is very captivating, and it is honestly one of the best Zelda games out there, and that is also why it is also another contender for Game of the Year. But you think we're gonna make this easy for you? Of course, there's a great Game of the Year debate, but then there's also another debate about remakes and remasters. Do they belong in Game of the Year? Believe it or not, Resident Evil 2, I believe, Resident Evil 2 was a part of the Game of the Year list. So you know what? For just to create chaos, we're gonna add some remakes and remasters into this list as well. And we're gonna start off with Metroid Prime Remastered, that secured a 94 on the Metacritic list as well. It is basically a modernized masterpiece that bridges the gap between the nostalgic and contemporary gaming, appealing to both longtime fans and newcomers. They added a lot of great quality of life, and it is just one of the best looking games on your Nintendo Switch. And it's one of the best, which is why fans have been crying for some form of a remaster, and they got it this year. Believe it or not, yes, Metroid Prime Remastered was this year, and it is definitely you don't miss this game. Don't miss it at all. Definitely pick it up if you have a Nintendo Switch. Do yourself a service, and hopefully by you picking it up, we can hear something about Metroid Prime 4, because it's been a while. But then joining the conversation with remakes is Resident Evil 4. I'm a huge Resident Evil 4 fan. Absolutely love it when it came out, the GameCube, PS2 days. I pretty much bought it on multiple systems. On GameCube, I have it on the Wii, and then I remember even getting it. I think I even tried it again on the Wii U as well, and the PC, and then finally this one. Capcom did a fantastic job, which, by the way, this came in with a 93 rating on Metacritic. It pays homage to the original, introducing modern convenience and heightening the challenges, balancing nostalgic and innovations. Yeah, perfect. You could do some parry attacks as well to the game. The Separate Ways DLC is also fantastic, which, by the way, that also scored very high on Metacritic as well. This is, if you're a Resident Evil 4 fan, you'll absolutely love it. But if you are also wondering about Resident Evil series, this one is a great entry to dive into. It also kind of ties in the story as well. Great job by Capcom this year. But hey, this might not be the only Capcom thing we'll be hearing about, but we'll get to that a little bit later. The debate continues with Dead Space Remaster. Yeah, that's right. I said Dead Space Remaster. You forgot that came out this year? Oh, guess what? It did come out this year. And Dead Space pretty much kicked off the year. Boasting with an 89 Metacritic, it delivers the gripping and terrifying horror experience, enhancing the classic while adding thoughtful changes and updates as well. Visually, the game looked outstanding as well. And this is basically the ultimate edition of Dead Space. They did a great job paying homage to the original. And you would have thought that this was just a brand new game if you never heard of Dead Space before, but this is actually a remaster that scored extremely high on the Metacritic list. Keep in mind, a lot of these games that we're listing here, that we're talking about, these are like the top 20 on Metacritic score list right now. And this, like, it's wild game. I'm telling you, wild. Now, like, we're gonna have like another category here called surprise hits. And you know what, I mentioned Capcom before, and guess what, here's Capcom once again. Street Fighter 6 moving in here, punching their way through to the top of the list. This is probably the highest rating fighting game. Let me know in the comment below if there's ever been anything higher than a 92 on Metacritic score for a fighting game. Visually, this game is outstanding. They found a great fighting game mechanic way to make the game fun and make you want to join in. They made it very approachable for beginners as well, while giving the great skills for those who want to master and craft their skills so that they can reach their way to Evo and everything. The passion, you can see there's a huge passion with the game. Great nostalgia feeling to it as well. And this is probably one of the best Street Fighter's entries since Street Fighter 2, which is the one that pretty much broke out the whole fighting game genre, I would say. So Street Fighter 6, definitely gonna be on the list right there. But of course, we can't forget about this next surprising hit. The one game I would say that definitely kicked off the fighting game year. Sorry, not the fighting game year. That kicked off the gaming year. And I would say if this game pretty much like gave us a statement of what kind of year we were going to have, and that is Hi-Fi Rush. Yes, Hi-Fi Rush was this year, believe it or not. Hi-Fi Rush basically shook up 2023 with an 89 rating on Metacritic, fusing the rock theme, rhythm, action gameplay, captivating storyline, making it an unforgettable gaming experience. This game was absolutely a blast. I couldn't put it down myself. The storyline was great. The characters are absolutely outstanding. It was a great way to even show like diversity and also like accessibility as well. It was such a fun rhythm game with just how you could. It made it so easy to make everyone feel welcome. And this is definitely a game that I think deserves to be on the Game of the Year list. But like I said, there's only gonna be so many, and I'm Jeff's team. Good luck, man. That's all I gotta say. But Hi-Fi Rush definitely deserves to be up there. Hopefully it picks up some form of reward, because it definitely deserves it. I know it's kind of hard for games that come out at the beginning of the year to be remembered, but hey, Hi-Fi Rush, it gave us hope for 2023 for a gaming year, that's for sure. But now here's another great debate. What about DLC content games? You know, those DLC contents that go over 10 hours as well. Like, do they deserve to be in this category on top of that? Well, if so, we're gonna shift our focus to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed, standing out with a 92. Imagine a DLC that is scoring higher than a lot of main games. This is crazy. 92. The expansion is like it's basically the perfect trilogy, offering exceptional pacing, improved combat, captivating narrative. It is definitely a strong contender for Game of the Year. This is one of the DLCs that I hear everyone's talking about, and how amazing it is, and pays homage to the Xenoblade franchise. Does it deserve to be Game of the Year though? That's the next follow-up question as well. It's a standalone DLC, and does it deserve? By the way, this game, like, it's over 10 hours you can spend on this game. So that's like, it's already like, it could have been its very standalone game, but it's just DLC. Like, does it deserve to be Game of the Year? You know, like, that does DLC count as Game of the Year content? Because if it does, what about Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty? Recently just came out, getting a solid 90 on Metacritic. Absolutely insane. Visual spectacle reshapes the perspectives of Cyberpunk world. With the update of 2.0, this DLC storyline came just in time to bring fans back into the Cyberpunk world, and basically this is the ultimate Cyberpunk experience. And with the update 2.0, you could basically replay which as your character is V, and lead yourself right into Phantom Liberty and continue that character if you wanted to. This is the package that we're supposed to get from CD Projekt, and I'm glad they pulled it off. It is a definite remarkable story of the Cyberpunk 2077 and what they did and everything. Congratulations to them. Even if they didn't get nominated, it is such a remarkable story with the team, and hopefully they are looking at that sunset right now, smiling, because they should definitely feel proud of themselves, of how they brought back the Cyberpunk franchise and everything. But let's listen here. I love the indies. I'm a huge fan of indies. Indies carry this industry, that is for sure, because there's been many years where there's a lot of indie games that were just carrying the year, while the big AAA games were failing us. The indies were here to save the day, and they deserve their spot in the spotlight as well. And you know what? This one right here is definitely a big contender, because if you love classics like Chrono Trigger, you're gonna love Sea of Stars, that it comes in with a 91 on Metacritic, a must-play game, setting the new standard of turn-based RPGs, blending the modern sensibility with classic RPG elements. But does it have what it takes to become Game of the Year? Everyone who has played this game, I feel like it's like a hidden gem, and is definitely becoming a cult classic. I keep hearing more and more people talking about this game and bringing up the fact that this is a fantastic game, must play it and everything. And I hope it gets its nomination. Not because it's Canadian, and I'm Canadian as well, but I'm hearing a lot of amazing things, and a lot of big influencers and media people as well are keep talking about this game as well. And it is definitely a game I hope at least gets a nomination, because it's just one of those games that came out of nowhere, and it is just taking off wonderfully, and it would be great to see a game like this get nominated. But will it be Game of the Year worthy? We'll see. But what about this next follow indie game, Turbo Overkill? Enters the conversation with also a 91. It offers a thrill rush action, acrobatic showcasing, authentic boomer shooter gameplay, fast paced. You're not gonna be disappointed in this game. If you love your fast paced Doom-esque type of game, you're gonna love Turbo Overkill. I can't speak. Would it be a surprise Game of the Year winner? Would it be nominated? What do you guys think? Let me know if any of you tried this one out. Definitely check this one out, because you're gonna have a blast with this. No pun intended, right there. And then of course, can't forget about and just to add more chaos, because here is an indie DLC game. That's right, just to add more chaos into the mix right here. Dead Cells Return to Castlevania, paying homage to Castlevania. This is a great opportunity that Dead Cells, the Dead Cells developers and team had to work with such a classic franchise as Castlevania. Absolutely amazing, and it stood out to be one of the a great game and everything, coming in with an 88 on a Metacritic score, paying homage to their history for both franchises. Definitely can't forget about that. Yes, that was this year as well. I just want to remind you guys, I've been saying it a lot, that was also this year. I can't believe it. But will they get a nomination? Will they be up for a Game of the Year? Let's find out. We'll see in a couple of weeks. Good luck, Jeff. Finally, we're arriving with, when you hear these titles, you're like, oh, this is going to be Game of the Year, or at least a nominee for Game of the Year. The popular kids. We're going to start off with Diablo 4. Now, I must say, I know Diablo 4 has kind of fallen off just a little bit with some patches that people are not really happy about. I don't hear it too much, but it could still be, it's one of those games that when it came out, everyone was playing it, everyone was loving it. Coming with an impressive 86 on Metacritic score, it has definitely redefined the franchise, and it brought back a lot of returning players, and also brought a lot of new players as well. I still see some people still playing the game. Not to say that like, oh, it's a dead game or anything, but I've still seen a lot of people still playing the game, and it's definitely one of the best Diablo games to date as well. But will it be Game of the Year worthy? Finally, you couldn't just have one, but you needed two of them for it to swing on over for Game of the Year category. I am talking about Marvel's Spider-Man 2, recently just coming out, getting a solid 91 Metacritic score rating at this time as we're talking, because the game did just come out. An absolutely masterpiece, building on top of what's Marvel's Spider-Man 1. That was on PS4, believe it or not. Yes, because some people think it was PS5. No, it's PS4 that came out on. Miles Morales that came on PS5. It has definitely pushed the boundaries of superhero gaming. A lot of people are claiming this to being the best superhero game ever made, and you know what? They're not wrong. But can it be Game of the Year? That is the question, and we'll find out later on in December. I mean, let's just be honest here. I don't see why this would not be considered as a nominee for Game of the Year. But I think this is one of the games that if it's not Game of the Year nominee, a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell is going on here? A lot of people might be upset. I'm just saying right now. But of course, we can't forget about, because you think there's two Spiders, there's Peter and Miles. What about this one with his brother Luigi and Mario? And he brought his whole gang with him in his upcoming one. The last one on our list is Super Mario Brothers Wonder, that secured an impressive 93 on Metacritic score. With its new voice actor and voice actors, I should say. This game coming in with a new design gave a fresh coat of paint of the Mario side-scrolling world, and the team has done a great job to this game. A lot of people are trying to run 100% this game. This is another one that also came out the same day as Spider-Man, so it's still very, very fresh as well. But coming in, at one point, this game was scoring at 94. It dropped down to 93, just very slightly. But this is another home run by Mario and Nintendo. They should be very proud, and they knocked it out of the park, and definitely could be another game that could be Game of the Year worthy. This also goes in the same boat that if it's not at least a nominee, people are gonna be like, what? Like, what do you mean? So Jeff, good luck to your team. I don't know if you have any part of it as well, Jeff, but if you threw this task to your team, you are a smart man, because this year is a very, very difficult year to pick for Game of the Year. Did I miss any games that, or even DLC or even remakes? Did I miss any that you think deserves to be Game of the Year? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. And I just want to remind everyone, even though I didn't pick your favorite game or DLC or remaster, remake, we all could agree this has been a great year for gaming, and like all of us should, like, there's something for everyone this year that is absolutely amazing. And I hope you guys are having a great year gaming, and make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, check out more coverage on the gaming network as well, and make sure to check out our podcast as well. If you have any questions, like I said, leave a comment down below. As always, everyone, have yourself a damn good one.